and thanks for watching. I want to talk to you today about one very essential building block of your research design: the relation between concepts, population, and cases. Let's start, if you want, from a case. A case is an empirical phenomenon. It is something that exists, that really happens, that is around us, and that we will actually study. Cases can be anything. Cases can be an individual, it can be an organization, it can be a historical event, a policy, a country. It can be anything that constitutes the social world. Case is always part of the population, right? If you study one individual, there are always other individuals. And cases always differ somewhat. You have individuals that are taller, older, smarter, but they are all individuals. And that makes the cases part of the same population. If you study one organization, there are always other organizations. Some are bigger, some do a better job, some are active in other countries or in other policy fields, but they are all organizations, and that's what makes our case part of the population. So, taken together, all these cases, all these different organizations, all these different individuals constitute the population. You always have among a population similarities and differences, right? What makes the cases look alike is that they are all instances of a concept. Instead of talking of organization A, B, C, D, we can talk of organization. Organization is a concept. Moving from the case to the concept involves a move away from the empirical world toward the theoretical world, right? So it implies taking some distance with the actual world. So, for instance, you may be all different as individuals, but you are all MEP students. We could say MEP student is a concept, right? You can define what MEP student is without talking about your individual cases. This move is the abstraction move, the move away from the empirical world toward the theoretical world. To give another example, Germany, France, Italy, as cases, may be all different, but they are actually all European member states. In this example, European member state is a concept. It can be defined independently from its cases, right? You can provide the definition of a concept, and the concept projects a population, right? Which is most of the time bigger than the cases that you study. You should understand this relation very, very well. It's quite important. The fact is that what you do in a research is to study cases, right? You never study a whole population. You always select some cases from a population. You study these cases as an instance of a concept. This means that you mobilize all the literature related to the concept of your case, right? And by studying your case through the concept, you infer findings for the whole population. That is, generally, you study one country to make generalizations about other countries that you haven't studied. You study some individuals as MEP students to make inferences about all MEP students, right? So that's basically the operation we do in all research, and being quantitative or qualitative oriented does not make much difference in that respect.